Hey, it's Dr. Bruce. Welcome. It's tip 26, and the one that seems to be the big disconnect. The one that everybody that does this next tip that I know has a great practice, and most people refuse to do this next tip, and therefore they don't have as many great practices. But in almost every great practice, I find them doing this next procedure, and that is the new patient orientation. It can be called some people used to call them lay lectures. I call them new patient orientation. Some people call them the doctor's report. Whatever you want to call it, it's very, very, very important to bring this in your office. Now, some people say, well, I try this stuff. No one ever shows up. Well, what kind of patients do you have that won't follow your instructions? Are you serving them or are they serving you? If you're giving good directions, they're going to follow you. But I found the same problem, and so therefore I fixed it. And I did this way back in the 80s, and I've been doing it ever since, so it works. It was the best thing I ever did, because I would, number one, try to take these classes, and number one, never call them a class. Who wants to go to class at night? So my NPO, we called it, New Patient Orientation, was the visit that all my new patients attended to become oriented on how to become a patient and how to get better faster. That was pretty much my script on it. The New Patient Orientation is our once a week orientation for all new patients, teach them how to understand care better and get better faster. And we'd like your spouse to attend as well, so they can help you get better at home and understand what you're going through. So we make it basically, I hate the word requirement. Some people say, well, we won't show your x-rays till you come, or they have all these manipulative things. It's not that. Just make it important. Let them realize it's part of their care. So since it's part of their care, I don't make it a special event. I don't make it like come back at 7 o'clock at night. I don't have cookies and milk and make a party out of it. What I do is I schedule it 5:30 on Tuesday. 5:30 on Tuesday, right in my waiting room. And as people come in, they'll get adjusted, and then they'll come out and take their class, or they'll take the class and then they'll get adjusted. So it's right in the waiting room at 5:30 to 6, 30 minutes. It's quick. And therefore, if anybody misses it and they're coming in that day, they get stuck in it. And I found that the busiest time in my practice was always between 4 and 6 anyway. I did have times people would go home, and especially on cold winter nights, I understood not wanting to get back out of the house and drive back down to the office at 7:30 at night. And so they wouldn't come. And by doing it this way, we practice, 4 days a week in the afternoons. And so Tuesday was not as busy as Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday for me. So we did it on Tuesday. But also Tuesday was also a very easy day to attend. Nothing else was going on. And so that's when we did it. So we beat the idea of trying to figure out how to make it work. So that's the answer. 5:30 on Tuesday, right in your waiting room. And at 5:25, the CA goes and sets the room up real quickly, puts things in order. If you have to move your chairs around whatever, to make it to more of a theater, do it. A lot of people now that are having flat screen TVs in their waiting room, they can just hook their computer to it and they can play their PowerPoint through the television from the front desk. Have a clicker in your hand, but set it up as a lecture room. And every week, not once a month, not twice, every other week, every week. Because if you've got one new patient in a week, that patient needs to be educated. You see, when they first come to you, they're starting their journey. And they're the most open and the most motivated to learn. And you want to basically intensify. Just like the atom, when they took the atom and they got down to the neutron, they intensified, to the nuclear bomb is much stronger than an A bomb because they're down. It's more intensified, and so you compress for efficiency and for intensity, and so therefore on their first visits, that's when you have them do the most stuff. They're more oriented, they're more involved, they're more engaged. So having them come to the orientation class is actually for most people motivating. It's fun, and they want to learn more. The class itself should be really more on what is health. I know a lot of people talk about the sperm and the ovum. Most of the talks that I see, it's always about, it started with a sperm and an ovum and it came together and it created life. And that's an exciting story, I think, for us, but more importantly for them, what moves people is emotion. And there's not a lot of emotion around a sperm and an ovum. Maybe for us it is, but for them, they want to know about themselves. Also, look at these books. This is a normal, area in a bookstore, in a health section. There's so many opinions on health. It's confusing. People don't know what's going on anymore about health because one book says, do this. One says, don't do that. Eat carbohydrates. Don't eat carbohydrates. Eat fat. Don't eat fat. Red meat's bad. Red meat's good. I mean, it's just kind of like the controversial thing. Therefore, the uneducated public is confused. And so the idea of your class is to bring them to understand what health is. Now, what's health? An organized system. The brain controlling all functions of the body through the nervous system. A balanced diet, exercise, drink water, rest, all those things that we teach. And if you get people, and I call that a chiropractic lifestyle. So for me, the intention of the class is to teach what health is, and in doing so, get the difference between vitalism and mechanism. And so with vitalism, they start looking at their body a lot differently versus, a mechanism, because most mechanistic situations are, they're motivated by treatment. I've got a backache, therefore do a treatment and the backache will go away, then therefore I'm well. Well, that's not true. So we teach them all about vitalism and those types of ideas. So in that situation, they're understanding now what health is, and then the care, having normal, ongoing chiropractic care, maintaining the nervous system, is just a natural follow-up. So the best referral mechanism is a new patient orientation. The best retention mechanism is a new patient orientation. You build your practice and maintain your practice from new patient orientation. 30 minutes once a week will take your practice to the next level. If you don't do it, you're just lazy. And you don't care, and you don't want to grow. That's all I can say, because there's no reason to not do it, because it's only ups, only benefits. That's my word today. I'll see you next time.